mean to you? $83 million total profit Sunrise generates. 15 billion extra bowls of rice, the energy of which Sunrise harnesses. And 49 million lives transformed by 2025. We first thought that we would help smallholder farmers dry their rice better and make just a small dent in the universe. But then, we realized we could have so much more impact if we added just one more step. And so we pivoted. Harnessing the energy of the sun, rice seeds are grown and harvested as wet paddy twice a year. It then needs to be dried and stored. But for rice to be ready for your table, it also needs to be milled. However, smallholder farmers use traditional sun-drying practices that cause up to 20% grain loss, valued at $45 billion every year. This loss means that farmers make barely enough to put food on the table and require multiple cycles of debt for something as simple as sending their kids to school. This happens because there is a power imbalance within the rice supply chain. Farmers only get a tiny fraction of the value of their rice because prices are dictated by those that come next in the supply chain. Big millers. Millers wield absolute power over the price of rice during harvest because farmers need money instantly to pay off the debts that allowed them to grow rice in the first place. The amount of farmers affected by this in Southeast Asia is a staggering 70 million, with 2.8 in Myanmar, our target region alone. So Sunrise will change this by bringing a sustainable, standardized, dry and store, zero cost to the farmer solution that is easy to adopt and scale. We aim to democratize the rice supply chain. And here's how it works. Farmers bring their wet paddy to us during harvest. We dry the rice with our biomass dryer, a proven dryer that 80% of farmers in Myanmar don't have access to because of a high capital cost. After drying, we will store the rice for about 2 months. Then, Sunrise will sell the rice off-season for the best prices on behalf of the farmer, who now doesn't have to face a big miller alone. Without Sunrise, at best, a farmer would earn about $160 to $170 a ton, taking home about $42 of that. But with Sunrise, he'll earn about $210 and double the amount he takes home, $84. But we also pay farmers 10% upfront during harvest so they can cover their living costs. And actually, upon sale, Sunrise sells it at $250, but we give 85% to the farmer. That's the $210. And Sunrise takes the remaining 15% to plow back to our operations and scale. Every Sunrise hub is able to process 1,000 tons of rice, perfect for one village, with a revenue of $375,000, gross profit of $43,000, and a 5-month payback period.
With Sunrise, farmers are able to increase their yield and quality of rice, whilst doubling their income and drying their rice 24 times faster. And on top of this, we're leveraging waste in the existing rice ecosystem. We're using rice husks, a byproduct from the milling stage, and using them as fuel for our dryers. Right now, they're just being thrown away in garbage dumps and let to rot. The environmental impact from this is tremendous. Instead, we harness this energy and use it to dry our rice. In the process, we save millions of tons of rice that would have otherwise been lost through traditional drying practices. And on top of this, we already have 23 farmers ready to use our service. That's 500 tons of their rice that's ready to be dried next week. On top of this, we'll be leveraging influencer farmers in the villages. We're putting our Sunrise hubs in land that we lease from him and paying him a service fee on top of this. What's more is that we want to scale our impact immensely. That's why we're going to be working closely with township officials, which the villages are located in, so that we can scale our impact from township to village to farmer. And on top of this, the International Rice Research Institute, our partners, have already identified these township officials. In fact, we have 6 more villages ready to go to adopt our Sunrise Hubs. That's 300 more farmers and 6,000 more tons of rice already in our pipeline. And with $600,000, we would have been able to install over 14 hubs in the very first harvest. That translates to over 3,000 hubs, generating over $83 million in profit by 2025. And what exactly is the impact of all this? Not only are we doubling the income of farmers, we're drying their rice 24 times faster, while saving immense amounts of rice that totals up to 15 billion bowls of rice that's now saved by us. And in return, we're transforming the lives of 49 million people by 2025.
Time. Thank you.